Welcome my dear students to this another video sessions of the geography class for class 9. As usual, okay, thought of giving you a special session about certain particular topic which is very important. The topic I have highlighted out here today, I am going to discuss about this particular topic is your antipodal balance, right? So, without wasting time, let's start it. Antipodal balance, right? Now, this is of the very first chapter, okay? Small portions, I thought of giving you a special session for this. Now, I don't know whether you must have heard it or not, okay? But actually, this antipodal balance, if I write it out here, antipodal. What do you mean by antipodes? Okay, then we'll discuss about the balance later on. Most of you know what do you mean by balance, okay? Equaling the thing, okay? Balance means almost equaling the thing, okay? Equaling, okay? An arrangement which is balance, you can say, okay? This equal to this. My point. What was the antipode? Okay? Anti means opposite, you know, okay? The word anti means, you know, what is opposite? The anti means opposite, that you know. Now the thing is, try to understand what is antipode, right? So this particular term is used in your subject geography at the very first chapter, just to make you understand about the arranging of the materials on the earth, on the spherical earth. Okay, whatever the materials are there, you know. Okay, just the arrangements are beautifully balanced. To make you understand about this balancing act, okay, on that spherical earth, it exists. That is why the antipodal term antipode used, right? Now, theoretically, if I want to discuss, if I try to discuss it, actually, antipodes means being directly opposite to each other. Two things are placed just exactly opposite to each other. Got my point? Okay. So, means if I give you some examples, it will be clear to you. Right? Okay. Now let's learn what do you mean by antipode diagrammatically. Right? Better to understand this antipode this way. Suppose of that spherical earth, if I try to show you exactly what is antipode actually. So I need to take the help of this equatorial circumference, right? Now say for instance, this is your a particular meridian's opposite of that meridian should be this one. Are you getting my point? This one, okay? This is also full circle, okay? That means what? The point X out here, okay, is directly opposite of point Y. Can I mention that? Are you getting my point? Directly opposite of X, Y. So X and Y is directly positioned, okay, situated exactly in the opposite place. So this will be, this Y will be, okay, so Y is at antipodal position of X. Are you getting my point? I hope it is clear to you. Okay, what do you mean by antipode? Clear? Say for instance, if this is 0 degree, if this is PM means prime meridian, consider this is prime meridian. So opposite of prime meridian, what lies on either hemisphere? It will be what? 180 degree international dateline. You know it, what is international dateline? Are you getting my point? Okay. So exactly the antipode of 0 degree prime meridian will be 180 degree international dateline, right? So on a spherical arc, we can easily find out the opposite positions between two things. Is that clear to you? So this is what actually the theoretical description about the meaning of this antipodes, right? So antipodal of balance. Now come to the next term, balance. Balance means, as I have said, the materials on the earth. Okay, what is there in the earth? What are those materials? Is only what is it? Okay, first material landmass, second where maximum is water bodies. Landmass and water only are there. So these materials, actually, how it is balanced, how it is properly arranged within that spherical arc, since it is not stationary, it is always moving, right? It's dynamic. Okay, you know the speed of the arc in the equatorial circumference, more than 1600 km per hour. Okay, Earth is rotating at this switch. Also, Earth is also revolving around the sun, so it is always in motion. But okay, the center of gravity, the rotational force, the centrifugal force, the combined effect of all those keeps the Earth's materials intact and in balancing nature, right? And it is balanced in an antipodal way. Okay, this is known as antipodal balance. So if I give you some examples how it is properly balanced within the spherical shape of the Earth, at my point, it will be more clear to you. Okay, so this is what the meaning of this antipodal balance. Got my points? So that means the materials on the Earth, especially water bodies and the landmass, how it is arranged and situated with proper equaling the balance, proper balance and proper arrangement, that is actually antipode. That means one thing is just exactly aligning, keeping the balance, situation exactly the opposite side of the arc. Could happen of that spherical arc. Now, I think some more, diagrammatically, if I present it, it will be clear to you, right? So this diagram, I hope you have understood. Now, with the help of globe, I'll try to make you clear about this fact. Okay, see, I have one small globe for you. Now, if you can look at properly, if you get a proper view of this globe, now see, I'll show you some more evidences and proof what is antipode. Okay, now see, what happened? You see, South Antarctica. Okay, got my points. Or you can see this whole. What is this? This is Pacific Ocean, right? The Pacific Oceans. Okay. The weight of the Pacific Oceans, the bigger volume of oceans, exactly lies just opposite of Africa. So you can say the oceans, which is the largest one, Pacific Ocean, is counterbalanced by the weight of the second largest continent, Africa. My point, it is positioned almost opposite side. So Africa is an antipodal position of Pacific Ocean, you can say, right? Got my point? As I have already shown you about the thing. Okay, what is it? Prime meridian, right? So 0 degree prime meridian, which is 0 degree, is the antipode of what? 180 degree. That means what's in between the Asia and the North America, which goes through the Alaska, Bering Strait. Okay, what's the name of it? 180 degree. So this is what antipode, right? So as I've said, back to the topic itself, that what do you mean by antipode, and what are those materials actually which keeps the balance within the spherical arc? It is just the landmass and the water body. It's such a unique way, and this phenomenon of antipodal arrangements made our arc very unique and special, right? And it helps to maintain it, forever. Now see, so what I have said, now evidence, there are so many evidences are there, the proofs are there that it is equally arranged and beautifully balanced all over the spherical shape of the arc. One by one, if I try to show you, try to understand the other details of antipode. Hardly, you will get 2 marks or 3 marks questions if it comes based on this particular antipodal arrangement. Now see. I'd like to give you a more clearer view and to make it more clear to you. See, one by one, the proofs, if you want to learn it thoroughly, that is, say for instance, if you see, let's show me your globes once again. You see, if you can see on the North Pole, see, North Pole, what is there? Arctic oceans. So there is a water bodies on the North Pole, the water bodies on North Pole, which is the antipode, or the antipode of this, the Arctic Ocean is actually the white portion. If you can see the white portion, the continent of Antarctica. Over there is water body. North Pole is actually mainly water body. where the South Pole is a continent of white continent of Antarctica, right? So Antarctica is the antipode of Arctic Oceans. This is water body, that is landmass. Okay, as I have said, got my point? So landmass and water bodies lying exactly in opposite position and keeping the balance. This is what antipodal arrangements. I hope you have got the idea now what is actually antipode is all about. Now see, there are some other examples as I have already cited you that this is Pacific Ocean is exactly lies opposite of huge continent of Africa, which maintain the balance, right? Well, it is dynamic, right? This is one. You see, there are some other impacts also. If I try to show you actually on the spherical globe. Now, you see, if you divide the Earth in two halves, divide the Earth in two halves, that means northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, you will get quite a few things, okay? And the northern hemisphere, right? What is there? Okay, if I try to make it a table for you better, right? Details of northern and southern hemisphere in northern hemisphere, and this is say for instance southern hemisphere. So points, there are some more points, okay, with which the Earth is maintaining its balance, the antipodal balance, okay. So number one, you see, okay, most of the continents actually, mostly present out here in the northern hemisphere, right? If you go to southern hemisphere, over there, what is? Oceans are mostly present. Oceans are mostly present. Okay, oceans are vast actually. Okay, continents are vast out here. And over here in the southern hemisphere, what are those vast? Okay, is the oceans and water bodies are vast. You have noticed it. I'll give you a point. So I can show you in the globe once again, right? You see, okay, northern part, whole Europe, okay, large is Asia, then North America. So most of the continents are in the northern hemisphere. When the southern hemisphere, you see the Atlantic, the huge Pacific, the Indian Oceans, right? Got my point? So water bodies are dominating in the southern hemisphere, which is counterbalanced by the landmass in the northern hemisphere. Got my point? Okay, this is first one arrangement, antipodal arrangement. Number two, if I say, got my points? The continents are, okay, continents are wider in the north, right? Wider in the north. So if you think about the Alaska, got my points out here, you will see North America wider in the north, right? And tapering in the south. Okay, South American, okay. And if you come here out here, Asia, Europe, quite wider in the north, right? Got my point? Whereas the narrowly, it is narrowly and tapering down, okay, towards the south. Okay, that is not the case in case of water bodies. And water bodies it is here, wider in the south, okay, water bodies actually, it is water body better to write. Water bodies are wider in the south and, okay, narrow in the north. Got my points? Wider, I'll get my point. So these are the two things with which it maintains its balance beautifully, okay? These are the 2 points. Now, if I mention narrow ocean, I did not mention out here. Clear? I'll get my points. Now, one more thing if you notice, okay, the continents towards the southern hemisphere, it sends 3 projections. Narrowly sending 3 projections actually in a triangular way, and okay, projection sending towards the southern hemisphere. But the oceans are narrowing down towards the north, sending 3 projections towards the northern hemisphere. Got my point? So this is how the balance is maintained between the landmass and the water bodies of the earth. Are you getting my point? Okay. There are more points are there as I have already said you. Okay. One by one. So if it comes as a questions, right? What do you mean by antipodal arrangement? Right? So you have to write that Antipodal, the term antipodes means directly opposite to each other. Two things are positioned directly opposite to each other, which maintains the balance, okay, and its arrangement. On the spherical arc, the materials within the arc also maintains its balance by positions or by situated in exactly opposite positions, right? On the spherical and dynamic arc, the landmass and water bodies, there is a proper arrangement, okay, and this arrangement is actually antipodal in nature, okay, so they almost lie opposite to each other. You can cite the examples of the Arctic Oceans on the North Pole, which is exactly in antipodal balance, which is counterbalanced by antipodal way by the continent of Antarctica, right? Okay, landmass is maximum in the northern hemisphere, where the water body is maximum in the southern hemisphere. Clear? Are you point? The water bodies are narrowing down towards the northern hemisphere, where the landmass are narrowing down towards the southern hemisphere. Okay, so landmass, if you see the shape of what is it? South America. Okay, and you can see the shape of what is it? Okay, roughly, if I try to draw it, Africa, with my points. And there are some island countries also, okay. So it is tapering towards south. This is South America and Africa, where the oceans are also narrowing down towards the north. So this is how the total balance it is maintained, and which is actually known as, with your geographical term, antipodal balance. And this much is enough to write your answers of 3 marks, right? Hardly 3 marks. Diagrammatical also you can show as I showed it, right? Directly opposite to each other, right? 180 degree, okay, that means international date line is like exactly in antipodal locations of 0 degree, that is prime meridian, or vice versa. Are you getting my point? So this way you have to cite examples, okay, to make it clear, right? So I hope you have understood about these things. So I wanted to give you a small session of that about your thing, okay, antipodal balance. Clear? Hope it is clear to you. Right. Now with this, I have to give you some more information which is very handy, and you can solve some objective questions of 1 marks or 2 marks since the very first questions of your class 9 annual exam. Okay. You see there will be a set of questions of 20 marks. Okay, that you have to solve, 2 marks each. Okay, it can be of 1 mark also. So in this very first chapter, the shape of the arc, over here, few basic things are there and some statistics are there. I would like to highlight all those numericals and figures and data for you, which will be very important, and it will be easy to score your marks, right? So if I write you, statistics of the earth, with my points. So what is your vital statistics, shape size of you, with my points, say 36 out here, say 24, whatever, 36, whatever, this kind of way. So what is statistics? So vital statistics of the earth, or you can say, vital statistics of, what is it? Earth. Got my points? So you have to know the vital statistics of Earth. Let's come, with this, this vital statistics. That means it's all about the thing. Try to understand. Clear? Say for instance, I'd like to show you few things. Now, this is what from here to here, equatorial diameter, one point, and this is what little close from here to here. Clear? So this much is how much? 12,756 kilometer equatorial diameter. This is equatorial diameter. This is equator. Clear? And over here, this is how much? If I write it at 12,714 kilometer. Okay? Got my point? So these are very important. It carries 1 marks and very easy to score. It doesn't take any time at all. Hardly it will take time to score, but this is very handy to score your marks. Now, one more thing, since it is that will flat and it is bulging, so equal diameter will be more. How much? If you minus it, you will get the difference between the equal diameter and polar diameter, right? On the other hand, another important thing is this is what? Circumference of the equatorial circumference of the earth. Okay, got my point? So what is the exact equatorial circumference of earth? Okay, so if you put 40,000, okay, and 56 kilometer, right? You check it out with your book. Sometimes it varies, right? The data varies. Okay, this much is your equatorial circumference. 76 or 67 or 76, I think. Kilometer, right? 76 kilometer, 40,000, 76 kilometer is your circumference, right? Got my point? Which is lesser than polar circumference will be little less. What will be polar circumference? Okay, the polar circumference is better writing here. Polar circumference. That is equatorial circumference. I have shown it already. 14,000, okay, 8 kilometer, right? So these are the vital statistics. I would say rather, I normally would like to mention it so that you can keep it and you give it some importance on it. So you know your shape and size, but as a student of geography, you should know the shape and size of the earth. Got my point? So this is what vital statistics of your spherical earth, right? Flattened, which is wider and larger circumference. This much 40,000 is 76 kilometer. Okay, this is equatorial circumference where the polar circumference is narrow, is little smaller than this equatorial circumference. This is 40,008 kilometer. So if you see the diameter from the center of the earth, 12,714 is the polar diameter. But the equatorial diameter, it is 2,756 kilometer. Got my point? So I like to give you. So this is very important, as I have said, to score your small marks for objective questions. And before that, what I have discussed, that is antipodal balance. I hope these two, it will help you a lot to clear your concepts, especially that antipodal balance, as I have highlighted out here. Antipode means directly opposite to each other. Okay, the Earth's materials maintaining its balance on a spherical earth, on a dynamic and spherical earth. Okay, got my point? And an antipodal by antipodal balance. Got my point? What is antipodal balance? So landmass and water bodies situated exactly opposite to each other, keeping the balance. Right? This is just because of, as I have said again, I am repeating. This is just because of the combined effect of the centrifugal force caused by the rotation of the earth. Okay, got my points? Also, there is a revolution, so a lot of movements are there. Okay, within the earth, it will constantly take place, but the center of gravity, keeping things intact. Okay, and the balance is maintained on the spherical unique earth this way. And this particular phenomena made our special planet very unique and special, right? Hope you have understood. So this much only. I thought of giving you a special session for this. You go through on this video, so it will be clearer to you, right? And not to forget this vital statistics, right? So try to understand what's this video. Okay. So till then, see you next. Thanks for watching.